Start with pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Anybody in the audience have any questions pertaining to tonight's agenda? We'll move on to the minutes from the previous meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for the previous meeting.
Again.
Motion and second to approve the minutes from January 19th. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, that motion will pass. That to be proposed ordinances and resolutions, two of them. First one will be ordinance 1812, updating the fees for false fire alarms and hazardous material responses, and this would be on second reading.
Make a motion to adopt ordinance 1812 on second reading as presented.
Third.
Motion and second to adopt ordinance 1812 on second reading. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, that motion will pass. We have to do a third reading and public hearing on that next.
It's not a public hearing, but we have to publish the rates and then you can pass them through.
Publish the rates and then pass it on third reading.
The other way around.
Or
Pass it on third reading, then we publish.
As I read the statute, you have to publish the rates. This is different than normal. You have to publish the rates before the final passage.
We do?
That's what it's like.
I was thinking we give somebody a chance to come in and question it.
Right.
After we pass on third, then probably could.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But normally you just publish after, like the water rates, you publish after,
So what's different about this one?
because it's a separate statute.
Okay. Okay.
So
I was odd.
if we get it published before, it gives time for the next meeting then to get it done.
I hopefully.
I'll try. I'll
Okay.
try to get it
Does
published.
that allow for public interaction then?
Well, you can always have public interaction, but it's not required, so.
Okay.
It's not.
So we're here in public here.
And a lot of times these false alarms and hazardous materials are gonna get billed out to a company, insurance company, corporation. Really not residential, so we're probably not gonna get this feedback. Okay. Next will be ordinance 1814, amending the water rates for the fire department on first reading.
I'll make a motion, we adopt ordinance 1814, amending the water rates for the fire department on first reading.
Third.
Motion and second to adopt ordinance 1814 on first reading. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, that motion will pass. We do the other two on that? We don't have to publish anything on that, do we?
Yeah, I think I do because we're messing with the water rate.
You have to publish it, but
This one's after the third reading.
after that, yeah.
So we do second reading if we want to
If we
tonight,
want
and then
to,
just
yes.
leave it to the published and third reading.
Mhm.
I'll make a motion to adopt ordinance 1814 on second reading as presented.
Second?
Motion and second to adopt ordinance 1814 on second reading. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, that motion will pass. All right, get into department reports. We'll start off with Ron.
The only thing I have is, with the situation that occurred about a week before the water main break, we had a fire alarm at one of the facilities and found out that their system was not up to the code that it was supposed to. So I'm working with them, and subsequently, it just so happened this week, I also got a notice from a company that was a security for a water or not a water, but a fire alarm system for another building that's going to be abandoned soon. And they have let theirs lapse. So I'm kind of working with those two to get them back up to where they're supposed to be. And that's by state statute. So just so, you know, anytime that you guys, you know, talk to anybody or whatever, they have to hold and maintain whatever level that they've ever gotten. So if a department or a company or a business or anything has a fire alarm system, it has to stay at that level as long as they are a, you know, occupied business, you know. They can get variances with the state, but they have to apply for those. That's not something we do, but they do. And I've given them that information. I've actually given them the state statutes for those. So just want to fill you in on those particulars that are going on. There's a few of them in the city.
All right, thank you. Yeah, Matt, how you know they're selling by or?
I believe he went home.
Man wasn't feeling well, and he went home.
He was.
All right, Stuart.
I have nothing from the council.
Chris.
I have nothing for the town council.
Braxton.
I have nothing for council.
Andy.
I have nothing for council, but thank you for support during the event.
Gavin.
I have nothing for common council.
Oh, you're done?
Work at McDonald's or something, and he couldn't walk, I mean, he walked on the sidewalk as far as he could, but then with the snow and everything, he did have like a flashing light on the back of his backpack that he was carrying.
I know we discussed that before, and we talked to NDOT about it, about the NDOT project. And that's probably been 4 or 5 years ago, they still have to acquire some right of ways, but we possibly the city, you know, the right of way could do something with that. But you have to cross over 2 driveways there at Kaiser's. Go into the McDonald's parking lot, so you would be in the edges from there, the west side.
Yeah.
No, I can be checking it out again.
Yeah, and
There's
I
some new
mean,
change.
I know it was brought up in the past about the, I mean,
Parks and
yeah,
Right,
things like
wheelchairs.
that, being able to use them as well, so,
No, I'd like to say something then.
okay.
That issue has been brought up for the past 20 years periodically.
Really?
No one has pulled the trigger on it.
Yeah. Well, now there's more stuff out there too, so.
Yep, we'll still go back to it with the time they NDOT will offer much help on it. Check into it again. In fact, I have a NDOT meeting later in the week. I can ask them if they have new programs or grants out there. I can assist on that again.
That's all I want.
Gary.
Just a couple things. I'd like to just commend the street department and everybody else that was involved with the completion of the, you know, the water main break and getting that back in service and all the tech, like Trace said, the texting, all the emails and everything like that. I was able to communicate with people, my neighbors included, letting them know what's going on, my family members, and that's just a great way to get everybody involved, and I really appreciated that a lot. Second thing is that as the calendar turned to 2026, it dawned on me that in 15 years, Butler is going to be celebrating 200 years, and you know, it's a special birthday, and I'd like to maybe just put it in your minds that, you know, and maybe in 15 years, you try to envision what Butler might look like, and to me, I'd like to see Butler kind of thriving and really growing and having a place where it's a destination where people come to, not drive through. And I'd like to think too that people in 2041 will look back and look at the city leaders and the city council and the community at large really being invested in and making things happen to make 2041 really, really special. And I'd like just like I said, it dawned on me that 15 years really isn't that far away. And so I just wanted to bring that up to you.
I'm gonna be old.
I will be in my 80s. So, you know, when you're thinking about investments and you know, what could happen and like I said, the other thing too is I've talked to a lot of people and they talked about how Butler was 50, 60, 70 years ago and beyond. And that's great to look back at the past and hold on to that and honor that. But I'd like to think that, we're forward vision and looking toward the future and really trying to make Butler a better place to grow and learn and work and all that stuff.
Be Eric. Gail.
Pretty much ditto, boy. It was really good. I've been thinking the same thing. When you started talking, I'm just thinking of all the things that, since I've been involved, and I think that's great. The only other thing, I do commend the people that stayed home.
Yeah, you want to lean up and get your mic a little bit more.
I do commend all the people that did all the work. I was always sitting there and I used to go up there and say, hey, everybody can't do that. Not a whole lot I can, because of different things, health-wise. My question is like, the ground's gonna start falling again, instead of shift, and there could be more breaks. Do we have capacity or all the stuff we need to keep fixing them?
Or you say it's stone?
Well, the breakage, all the material that you need to, do we have access to all that?
I'll let Andy answer that. I mean, sorry, what was the question?
All the different materials that we can, the grounds will start falling, shifting and all this stuff, freeze again, we could have more.
Yeah, we're not immune to having more main breaks. I mean, absolutely. But yeah, I have a pretty well stocked, barn. I mean, obviously I'm gonna have to restock some of my supplies that I've used, but I mean, I have everything from 4 to 12 inch in stock that,
I just kind of
but I
wondering.
mean, I can get material if I don't have it. I mean, I have the city of Auburn, Butler, Waterloo, if I need something, I can get it relatively quickly. And I have plenty of time to access. But yeah, we do keep a large stockpile of pipe, fittings, hydrants, all that stuff at my shop.
That's all.
Yeah, I think Andy was kind of amazing when he first took this job. The inventory we had that's on shelf, we tried to keep everything on it. Same way for wastewater, same way streets, try to keep everything backed up so you aren't down if something else happened.
Yeah, I was looking at some things I was listening to that we put on the shelf, that, you can rebuild it, at least it's on the shelf to use. Once it's ready to go. So,
I think these guys got a good relationship with their contractors, EJP and all those, and they need something, those guys are, but they'll get up in the middle of the night, come help out, they need to, so.
that's all I have.
And I would do something else for that community too. Let's say if somebody called me, needing something, I'll give it to them.
Right.
It's a fact.
Everybody works together.
Absolutely.
All right, Christie.
I also wanted to say thank you. We were smiling the next day, so it wasn't too terrible.
Yeah.
But thank you for all the work you put in, that everybody got help with that. I appreciate it. Thank you for the plowing and the snow. You did a great job. I had somebody reach out to me and let me know to tell you that, so they appreciated it. Also, unfortunately not left, but I wanted to bring up the school zone from the back drive all the way to Broadway down 30. It gets massively crazy after school with the little children speeding. It's pretty bad in that back parking lot. I told myself one more time, I will call the school and tell them that somebody needs to be out there. People are not following the arrows on the ground. I feel like I ain't the only one that is. And I complained to the other passenger, which is my daughter, unfortunately. Do these people not know how to drive? Did they not see the arrows? But, she doesn't care if he's 15 and can't drive. But I would like to get at least an officer to sit one day a week. I think it would only take one day to sit out there and somewhere along that route, or just make their presence known that we're watching this road.
So Liberty to North Broadway.
Yes, all the way from that back entrance even through that little stoplight that we do California stops at, and then continue to roll on to Broadway at a high speed of probably 15 to 20, maybe 30.
I know, back in the day, there was a four-way stop there at, the Canal and Liberty. And they took it out because they wanted flow through there.
No, there's still a four-way stop there.
It is?
Yeah.
Right there by
Oh, okay,
Max Mulford
so
House.
maybe it used to be, four-way stop there.
Yeah, there's a four-way stop.
And they made a four-way stop, but it's not doing any good.
Not
That'd
when
be
they're
something.
going through it.
I'll reach out to Matt tomorrow, and then we actually have a meeting tomorrow with Ryan Abbott. I'll mention that to him tomorrow.
There was, I believe, their school sheriff sat back there once that I have seen. I think maybe he needs to sit back there a little bit more in the corner that he was in.
Yeah, Rick's been going back there a little bit, but just to add on that too, I've been working with Matt. We do have speed signs that are going to be flashing. Obviously, with the way the weather's been, we haven't had a chance to put them in, but Liberty Street is one of the streets that will have one on there, so hopefully that will help slow people down. I don't know, they're kids, they're just going to say, hey, it's just a light flashing, so just go, but we will be putting one of those in there. The other thing that I proposed is, because of the different events and such that we have going on, we only have 2 of those. I can put things in the ground though, but we'll be able to move those as need be. Once school's out, say in the summertime, we won't need one down there on Liberty, maybe we need it coming in on 1, or somewhere else in town, maybe down on Depot, Railroad, wherever. We'll have a spot, we can just take it, put it in there, quick change it and be done. So that's what we're working on, we're just not quite there yet because of snow and such, so.
And then this year was the first year, I believe, they put all the kids in that back parking lot, so they were going down that Green Street, where the police were sitting in. People were out watching, so it wasn't as bad or noticeable, I guess. But it's pretty bad down Liberty.
I'll talk to Chief tomorrow, and I'll talk to Ryan Abbott tomorrow.
That's it.
Okay. Touch on that for tomorrow we're getting together to do a, kind of lunch and learn with all the department heads, that was involved with the water main break. School's gonna come over tomorrow, Ryan Abbott, we're just gonna sit down and, go through the good, the bads, and the uglies, what happened, what to improve on, stuff like that. Homeland Security, Jason Lee, invited him down here to be the facilitator. Basically, a guy on the outside looking in, knows zero about the whole ordeal, and then he can start rattling off some questions and stuff like that. We're trying to answer and try to fill in the blanks, but overall, I thought, so the cards we were dealt, everything went pretty seamlessly. I mean, there were some hiccups, we're not gonna lie about that, but I think once we got going, got the locates done, I mean, there's a delay on that. I think everything started to mesh together, everybody worked together real good, communicated real well. Was really happy with, Mayor Dave Clark, Walter, brought over 3 personnel that help out. I mean, they actually got down the hole and was working and stuff like that, so. Mayor Dave from Edgerton reached out as well, Tom Fyatt, Mayor from over here reached out as well, so it's just kind of nice to know it was in a bad situation that we got other communities willing to help us, so. But, I think we'll learn some things tomorrow, and hopefully be prepared for not only another one like this, but any other big event, how we can mesh and work together, so. Looking forward to it tomorrow.
That's good.
I mean, I had a friend in Tennessee that was out of electricity and all of that stuff from Sunday at 6 a.m. until Friday afternoon. So
It could have been a lot worse.
it could have been a lot worse.
Exactly. All right, that's all I have. Does anybody in the audience have anything for the common council? Okay, okay, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
9:42.